love, but it's getting very limited. We're in our final quantities. Another thing you're thinking about is maybe not just sleeping comfortably. How about cooling off the house? Because it's hot out there, y'all. It's hot. I'm from Texas. I'm Debbie Denman, by the way. My friends call me Debbie D from Dallas. So I got that nickname. And Texas was hot. Florida is hot. If you are somewhere right now and maybe your air went out, let me show you something that will temporarily get you through. And then from there on out, you have not only a portable AC, that will basically cover 400 square feet. You also have a fan. You also have a dehumidifier. And all you have to have is a window and a plug, and you are good to go. I wanna bring in Tracy Rosa now because she is our brand ambassador for Hunter. I love this, it's beautiful, it's not an eyesore. And Tracy, girl, you know, sometimes those HOAs can drive you crazy and they tell you what you can't have. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this is true portable AC solutions. You know, when we think of portable AC units, a lot of times we think of like the wall units that go on the outside of the house. And, you know, a lot of homeowners associations don't allow those in the neighborhood because they are such an eyesore. It's not good for the outside of your house because there is so much condensation on it. It becomes moldy, let alone the safety factors of, you know, having to lug that big heavy one out on to the roof or out or whatever place you're going to put it. It's never really a good idea. And then once it's there, Debbie, you don't move it. That's not really portable. You're not going to move it, you know? So this, my friends, is a portable AC unit. So you take it out of the box. It already has the wheels on it. Okay, so you can just take this from room to room to room. And like Debbie said, if you have a window and a plug, you can put this in. And it's any size window. If you have a window that's up and down, vertical, horizontal, anywhere from 24 inches to 48 inches, we give you adjustable sliders to make it fit perfectly in your window of choice. And you can see here, you're not losing anything. You're not losing use of a screen. You can put it in right where the screen is. The blinds come in, and nobody outside needs to know that there's a portable AC unit in here. I love it. It's sleek and it's modern. It's got nice little handles right here. But I think these are great for many reasons. We talk about zone cooling. I think that everybody can relate to having that one room in the house that's just always hot. Right. Maybe it's where the sun hits, maybe it's an addition, maybe it's the kids' room, this, you know, whatever. We all have one of those rooms. So what do we find ourselves doing? Oh, maybe we don't go in that room as much because it's just not comfortable. Or we go to the thermostat and we press the button down. Right. And that's cooling the entire house, jacking up your energy price, right? Exactly. So here, go ahead, Debbie.
Oh, no, I love your point. Here, finish your thought. We're saving money is what I think you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it. So now this goes in the sunroom. This goes, our hot spot is we have a back office. It's always hot in there, you know, and I love sitting in there because it's really open. We have a nice view of the backyard, but it's always hot. So this stays actually there. It's in my daughter's room now because she had a sleepover and all the girls were like, oh, it's hot. And she knows she's not allowed to touch that thermostat. If she starts touching that thermostat, my husband's going to be, you know what. So she literally grabbed the whole thing, wheeled it with her buddies, popped it in. She's 13, Debbie. So people are like, oh, can I do that? You know, my 13-year-old can do it. She popped this in the window. They cranked it on and they had a wonderful night's sleep in here. It wasn't too, you know, it was that perfect temperature. I just got back. I think, you know, I was in New York. I was in quarantine up there for a couple weeks to visit my kids. They spend the summer up there with my parents. And we have a 120-year-old cottage. Okay, it's not a big place, but there's no central AC anywhere. So we had one of those wall units. Well, the problem with that wall unit, Debbie, is all of the air can only go in one direction. All right. When you have this, we have an oscillating fan right here. You can adjust the temperature you want. It can cool down a bigger room. Also, we are including in a remote control. So the remote control has everything on the remote control that you have up top. So listen, let's say you're comfy in bed and you get it to that perfect temperature, but you wake up and you're a little hotter and you want to cool the temp down. You don't need to get out of bed anymore. You just use your remote and get it to that sweet spot of a deal. Now, the thing about this is it is like a 3-in-1, Debbie. It's a fan, it's a dehumidifier, and it's an AC unit. So it's a year-round solution. So if you do have the heat on and you just want a nice fan in the room, it's going to help move that air about. But a lot of the old school portable AC units like this had a water reservoir in there because it is pulling moisture out of the air. And the safety mechanism would be once that tank filled up, you would have to come dump the tank out and then, put it back in. And that's a nightmare if it happens in the middle. But actually, it's just a nightmare all the time. So what Hunter has done, a company that's been around for more than 100 years, came up with a way to vaporize the moisture. And that is what is being blown out that window right there. So never having to, empty any type of reservoir. And there you can see we've got the oscillation giving you, really moving the air. Hunter is a company that knows how to move air, whether it's cleaning the air, whether it's cooling the air, no matter what it's doing, you have to move air to do it. And this is showing you that zone cooling that we talk so much about, really focusing on one area of the house that is just a nightmare and always, always warm.
Well, I think this is wonderful. I want to welcome everybody in on Facebook. A shout out to everybody this morning. Vicki, Dan Slattery, Geraldine. So many people are joining us, and I'm glad that you are because this clearance frenzy is crazy. So you are saving $80 today for basically a new air conditioning unit. I don't know if you've ever had to replace one. It costs several $1,000s. Maybe you're not in the market for that. And I'm not saying this can cool off the whole house, but if it's just the two of you, you're empty nesting, for example, you don't want to make that type of investment. Every time you move this to a room, it basically cools off 400 square feet. In the winter, it's still functional because you can serve as a fan and move that air around. It's also a dehumidifier to basically take that moisture out of the air. So I want you to get it today when it's $80 off because you never know if your air is even going to go out. That happened to me when I lived in Texas. It was miserable trying to get the air conditioner guy to come over and so expensive. I wish I would have had something like this when that happened to me several years ago. But look at this price. It's $349.95, $80 off today. We only have 1,000 units to go around. When it's gone, it's gone. That's it. We're in our final quantities. This is it. A lot of times we put things on clearance, it's because we just don't have enough anymore and we're going to get some new product in. But this is fantastic because all you have to have is a window and a plug. We're giving you everything you need over here to basically hook this up. And it's so easy because you're basically turning this around and attaching the hose that you see there on my far left. And once you put this in, I mean, even Tracy's 13-year-old daughter could do it. So look at how easy this is. It comes out of the box with wheels. You don't have to put the wheels on there. And so look at how you just put the hose in the window. Nobody from the outside can see, so it's not an eyesore. HOA doesn't need to come knocking on your door, because honey, they will. But this is beautiful. It's sleek, it's quiet. And when you're talking about 400 square feet, this could be your whole studio apartment. You could be in a small condo. You could be in a residential living center. But look at the comparison here, Tracy, and if you can, I don't know if you can see a monitor, but yeah, talk about that comparison, because that is ugly. And we've had to deal with those old air conditioners.
We all can relate to that. And leave that there for a second. First, that one actually looks decent. The one that my parents have at the cottage is disgusting. There's mold all around it. There's a puddle of moisture underneath on the floor there. And they are heavy and hard to put into the windows. It's not simple at all. So that may be okay if you have a couple people trying to do it on a first floor window, but imagine trying to do that on a second story. That A, is not safe, and it's never coming out once you put it in there. Like you said, homeowners associations hardly even allow those anymore because they're such an eyesore. But then you're just getting direct airflow right in front of the unit. There's no moving the air. It's just pushing air out. Hunter is moving the air. So why this unit? Why this model? Why Hunter? Well, we talk about Hunter. They're leaders in the industry. They've been around for 100 years. They know how to move air. We've got fans, we've got air purifiers, we've got air conditioners. They're doing it right. Everything that you need is digitally right on top here. You have an on and off switch, a mode area that puts it into cool, dry, or fan. Here, it lets you know what temperature you want, and then you can put it on low, medium, or high. Also, there's a timer and a sleep mode as well. So everything that you have on top is also on your remote control. Now, it is 15,000 BTUs. What does that mean? Okay, well, it basically breaks down like this. is the most powerful air conditioner unit that you can put into your wall. So you are getting pure power with this Hunter. And you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Let's see. Yep, turning it on Fahrenheit. And the air, I have it set at 71 degrees. So the air coming out of here, 38 degrees, 36 degrees, 32, like 28 degrees. So the air coming out is really, really cool to get this room to that 71 degree temperature that I want.
This is wonderful. We have it at about 62 here in the studio, and I'm just putting my hand over it. Very, very cool. If you're, like, I sleep hot, you guys, and so I need something like this in your room when you just don't want to cool. I don't want to freeze everybody else out, so maybe you're the type. You might need it in your bedroom. You might need it in your basement. You might need it in your living room. 400 square feet is 25 by 25 square feet for a room, and that's huge. So look at how sleek this is. We've reduced shipping on this because this weighs 65 pounds. So not only did we knock $80 off, we reduced the shipping for you today, and it's easy to set up. You don't have to call anybody. You have a remote control to set it all up. The batteries are included in the remote, and we also give you 4 monthly payments of $87.49. So you spread your payments out over 4 months. Everything else in the hour is 3 flex pays, but you are allowed to pay this out over 4 months. Again, we are in the final quantity. We only have 1,000 left, and you guys are on the phone and shopping, and I want you to be able to get one of these because when these are gone, they're gone, and we're done with $80 off on a portable unit from Hunter. That's world renowned. This is a brand that's been around for years and years and years, a brand you can trust. And this is quiet. It's just one button. You know, I'll turn it off and it'll go off and close back up. All you have to have is a window, and we give you the hose. It's just that simple. It comes out of the box, right, Tracy, with the wheels on it. So simple. Yeah. I don't want you to be hot this summer. I mean, we have hurricane season. No. The power just went out at our house. I don't know if it happened to you. We were like, what? We had crazy storms last week, and the power went out. And you know, and if your air goes out, that's even worse, right? If your air goes out. But look at all the temperatures around the country there. Philadelphia.
It's hot.
Look, can you see that?
Yeah. It's hot.
It is 91 degrees in Philly, 105 in Phoenix, 107 in Vegas. Shout out to Dallas, where I'm from, 94. Richmond, Virginia, 93. Charleston, 92. Wichita, Kansas, 91. So it's hot, and you should be comfortable. We're spending so much time at home, Tracy. I can't imagine being uncomfortable. And this is versatile. It serves 3 purposes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, speaking of spending so much time at home, I don't know about you, but we have like a digital thermostat. So we set like, okay, during the day, it can be a little warmer because we're not technically home, but now we're home all the time. So it stays at that cooler temperature 24/7. I mean, even yesterday I came home and I was having like some hot flashes. I was all, you know, and I put the thermos down, and my husband comes out and he's like, why is it set at 75? And I was like, I'm hot, I don't know, I'm sweating, whatever. And he was laughing at me. I just came back into Haley's room and just turned this on, and it was perfect, you know?
Right.
I've been an HSN for many years now, and I have the pleasure of bringing people wonderful products. There's one thing you have to know about me. If you see me on air with a product, it is not complicated. I don't do complicated things.
Right.
It has to be easy. So again, if you see me, oh, Tracy, that must be real easy to put together because Tracy's doing that. You know, but it's out of the box. You slide the hose in, you put it in the window, you plug it in, and you go. You don't even have to put the wheels on, you know? So it's super easy. See, there you go. And remember, it's good for any window. If you're using it horizontally, vertically, anywhere from 24 inches to 48 inches, we're giving you an extension slider as well. And really just the pressure of closing the window holds everything in place. You don't have to permanently screw anything into your window to make it stay. It is true portable AC. A lot of people use these in warehouses. A lot of people use these like in maybe a studio apartment or different areas that don't have central AC. We have a buddy who is a demo guy and demos a lot of homes and does construction and stuff for remodels. He takes this with him to every single job site because you have to turn the electricity off to do those types of demo works, you know? So this keeps it cool for him when he and his workers are working. So, you know, it's great for that kind of stuff. Yeah, a lot, yeah, like when they don't turn the air on when they have the demo because they don't want the dust and dirt and the filters. So this is great. Really, you'll appreciate it when you get home. You're going to be saving money in the long run, and you're going to be living more comfortably, which is so important, especially now. You don't need one more thing to stress about.
We don't need one more thing to stress about. And you guys, if you're just joining us, I'm Debbie Denman. Friends call me Debbie D. All my friends are on Facebook. And shout out to you this morning. You're loving this because it's portable, it's convenient, it's sleek, and we knocked $80 off. So $80 less today on clearance. It will only last while we have the quantities available. So we have several dozen people on the phones right now. We started out with 1,000. We only have 900 left. So don't miss out on this. If you need a portable AC, it basically cools a large room. You just simply turn this on. It opens up. It also is a fan, so you can use it in the winter. It's a dehumidifier. 4 monthly payments, you get it home for $87. So you're not spending that low price of $349. You're gonna spend $87 and some change to get it home. We've also reduced the shipping. Pay this out over 4 months, and I'm telling you, I love this air. It's wonderful. Are you going through your own personal summer? Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Move this to the bedroom, to the den, to the office. Tracy, I love that your 13-year-old could do it, so I hope she had fun with her sleepover.
I mean, yeah, she did. You know, they were loud, but at least they weren't hot.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
Excellent presentation. Thank you. So go to HS.